Oh
I've never
yes,
played
I
a
agree
game of
there.
StarCraft ever.
I do watch StarCraft too,
Yeah,
every so
but I just
often.
find it so enjoyable. It's for some reason the way the way I see the depth of the game, even though I don't understand it shit, basically, I can still enjoy watching and seeing these players, tear each other apart in so many different ways, and with a very engaged caster to that, it's just very very enjoyable. Preferably, I'll watch that instead of like football or any other real sport any day of the week. But that's just me.
Yeah, one thing that's really nice about StarCraft is that the games are so short in comparison to League of Legends. Like, I remember I used to play Left 4 Dead competitively, and I mean, haha, like Left 4 Dead, whatever. But the scrims would last so long, an hour and a half for each scrim, just because of 5 maps. You had to go play both sides, and just the length became made it unwatchable. And that's kind of what I kind of think that's where League of Legends is almost at. Where if they really want more people watching and to have a wider array of people to they're interested in playing, like they really want to get more people playing, they really need to kind of make it so games are shorter, in my opinion. Like, it's just really hard to watch a 30-45 minute game to me.
Still, it's also hard to change the game's
Yeah.
dynamic. So yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm actually gonna have to leave you to it for 2 minutes, and you are gonna have to do your solo casting, which I know you can pull off so nicely. So
I'm
I'll
gonna
be
pull up
right
one of your
back.
videos now.
Don't do it. Talk about the bands and all that stuff that we practiced about. Yeah.
Okay, I guess. It looks like we have Shedban here. We saw the last game, and in the last game versus ESP, and even before that, they did not ban Shen in that game before, and they gave us many problems as we're talking about in the ban time of the last game. And we also see a Cassidy and Shyvana ban, and that is the first time we've seen a Shyvana ban out of Books Are Cool. I'm kind of curious if that's focused towards one of them. I wouldn't be too surprised. I wonder if I can actually check real quick. Maybe someone on the other team actually has a lot of games played as Shyvana, so they kind of maybe do some focus bans. She is a really strong jungler. She's really quick, and she's really good at denying the enemy jungler if they're slow. XP levels in gold. And as we see here, MTW actually did ban Karthus, Rams, and Shaco. I know Shaco is focused on to NK, who has been doing that quite often, as mentioned earlier. The Karthus ban, I am unsure of. I believe that is focused towards Phantom. I believe he is pretty well known for his Karthus. Yeah, as we see right here, he's really well known for his Karthus, so that's definitely a focus ban. And the Rammus is just always really annoying to have in a game. That is annoyingly loud. It's always really annoying to have in a game when playing against him, or even, well, yeah, against him, because just his ganks are so strong and it kind of forces your AP to either play super passive or to, ward up constantly and potentially, force him to run cleanse. And we're seeing, let's see, well, Fragnatic did pick Nidalee. That will be going to X Hazard. So it looks like Nidalee will be going top. And it looks like Crux might be running, will be running Tristana bottom. And we're just going to see what kind of support Frag picks up, which Hazard will be picking for him. And a really strong, okay, Alistair, Tristana bottom. And it's a really strong combo here with Leona MF. Leona is really underrated when it comes to supports in general. She has 3 stuns at level 6. She has her Q stun, she has her E stun. I can't remember the actual skill names. And she has her ultimate as well. And Spazzy's back. And she has her ultimate as well. So she can really shut down an AD carry for a good amount of time. And by having MF Leona, just MF being super strong, Leona being super strong early on, and her passive will make MF do even more damage. And it'll be really interesting to see. And if you really want to run Leona bottom though, the problem is you need to run a lot of armor runes. You need to run like armor quints, armor seals, and potentially even armor blues, or maybe mana regen blues. But you really need that sustainability in lane, because you're going to be taking a lot of damage to try to get any of your combos off, and you need to be able to just shrug it off and get back in there. And oh, Spazzy is back. Okay, so you can talk now while I get a drink real quick then.
Well, I think you did a good job. I'll take over here, and I don't know what you've talked about, so there might be some repetition going here. But yeah, I can just pick up where you left it. Leona, very interesting to see. I love to see some aggressive supports, and Leona is definitely one of them. And as you can see, we got Maokai there in the jungle. A very strong jungler, such a potent ganker. Morgana probably in mid there, a very, very strong character as well. Singed, really? Let's hope for that. I really like to see some Singed gameplay. I do, well, I believe you've talked about the bans already, but you can see Shaco there. Shen is always banned these days, isn't he? Shyvana, strong jungler. Kassadin there, a very strong mid if he gets a couple of kills. It's going to be a Sion in mid versus Morgana. That is interesting. Going to see how that turns out. And we do see a Singed. Is he really going to be in jungle? That is awesome. This is great. So Books Are Cool has been playing a very, very successful, we've been following them for a couple of games now. They've been playing a very successful Malphite in the jungle. But now we might actually see a Singed, and that should be really, really interesting. Looking forward to that. Gonna see. It's gonna be interesting to see as well what I love you is taking back for drinks. I have actually I'm on my third cup of tea right now. And I've stepped back to the oh, you're back?
I am back.
There he is. There he is.
Yes, I am.
What did you fetch for drinking? We've been waiting here impatiently. Oh my god.
That sound should give you an idea. As you can hear. That makes me want to go
let me try and verbalize what I'm enjoying. I'm back at the Earl Grey. So we see a Wukong there. As you can see, we see Singed. What do you think about that?
I talked to Fred Guy before, and he said they really like running jungle Singed. He's really fun in general, and they're running a really a map control team. I believe if you heard about him talking in the game before last. And they have a team, with really good mobility. They have a Simon's who's taking boots of mobility. I'm assuming Alistair's going to be taking boots of mobility as well. They have a Singed who, I don't know what boots will exactly be running, but he is really quick in general. And they have a Nidalee who can just roam around the map as well. But what I like is seeing is that MTW is actually running a really strong team. They have Leona, they have Maokai, they have Morgana, and they have Wukong. That's 4 ultimates that really synergize well together, as well as MF's ult, because Leona can stun people in one area, Morgana can keep people stunned, Wukong can knock them up, and that's a perfect setup for MF's ultimate, where she can just unload on all 5 of them. And Books Are Cool really needs to be careful, because if they don't watch the early game, I expect MTW to actually potentially win this, just because their team comp is so strong. I mean, their ganks are insane, having a Maokai and a Leona for a gank, as well as a Morgana and a Maokai. The top lane isn't too strong for ganks, I believe, unless Wukong is 6, but still, it's going to be a really interesting game to see. I'm really looking forward to this one.
Really do agree on the setup here. It's such a potent setup we're seeing from MTG at this point. And I also want to point out another little thing is that their initiation is very, very potent in terms of the combination with MF, but it's also very, very, I don't know, I like to use the phrase clean and I guess unclean. Their initiation is very, very clean in terms of when Morgana goes in, it's obvious what Maokai is going to do if he hasn't done it already. Leona's ultimate really sets it up for Wukong, and etc. etc. It really follows and synergizes very well. But what we're seeing on Books Are Cool side is it's very tricky and a bit more fiddling about in terms of initiation and fighting as a team. Do you see my point where I'm
Oh yeah, there's definitely no reset on Books Are Cool's side. Like, if they get engaged on it, it's going to happen. That fight is going to go down. They don't have the ability. I mean, all they have is Alistair to really knock anyone away and stop it. And it's really going to come down to him and how well he can act in team fights. It's just MTW. I mean, they just have, okay, so they have a stun that Morgana can land, which will set it up. They have a Leona ult that can set it up. They have Leona's E that can set it up. They have Maokai's Twisted Advance to set it up. And they even have Wukong's, what's his invisibility ability thing?
Oh, yeah.
He can do that, nip his cloud into him, and then ulti him all up as well. So they have such strong comp to engage with that it's really going to come down to Alistair and at how well he can try to stop that engage, which, I mean, if Morgana's really smart with her black shields, he can't and won't stop any engage.
Yeah, like you said, I really think that if Books Are Cool, if they have a successful early game, then they can start utilizing their setup well. But MTG doesn't need that exceptional early game. They need to stay put, obviously, but if they're just at least equal to their team, they will be so much stronger. It's just what I'm feeling initially, but yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see.
Wait, it's MTG. It's MTG. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, have you been saying, do you have the wrong
I have
graphics?
the wrong graphic up. Let's see if I can fix it really quick.
Fix it quickly. Oh, you have
Let me switch
10
over
seconds.
let me switch over the stream to, like, Kog'Maw real quick.
Yeah,
Oh, I
like I've
feel
been
so
saying,
bad.
guys, we're borderlining on the professional. We're borderlining on it at best.
It's just so hard to like get it all set up quickly. I mean, that's obviously my fault though on that
Takes
part.
practice. Takes practice.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! League of Legends is opening.
Gasp!
Oops. Okay. Sorry guys, I'll be with you in a second. I just need to fix this graphic for the game. And unfortunately, I started recording this already, so you are going to hear, or you will be able to see this, unfortunately, when this
You
goes up
can
on
obviously
YouTube.
restart the recording so we can do an intro. You know, we've talked about that. I think it's your turn to do an intro.
Ah, jeez.
Oh,
Ah,
jeez. Mom, I
ah.
don't want to go to school.
Actually, yeah, sure. Let me do that in a second. I'm gonna fix this really quickly.
I
Still,
don't know if you're in game right now, but we are
I
seeing a
do not
skin
believe I am.
advantage on Books Are Cool right now.
Well, that's not
3
good.
versus 2 skins.
All right, I'm almost done.
Cool, cool. Alistar supporting the free skin where I think you got that from subscribing to Riot Games YouTube channel. And where did you get that Riot Singed skin? Where's that from?
I believe that's from attending like PAX, or they give away a lot
Yeah,
of
something like that.
those.
Yeah.
MTG. Is it capital MTG or is it M capital
Yeah,
TG?
capital MTG.
Okay. I think I fixed it.
Good job,
The
sir.
game is starting right now. I can hear it.
Yes.
Oh no. Oh no. Not good.
No worries.
Okay.
It's still cool.
Let me save it. Let me save it. Save as PNG and MTG.
We are seeing an invasion, so you should be coming on here quickly.
Almost done. Almost done.
Hurry.
Here. Let me just show it and then I can fix it later.
Oh, they barely missed each other. I don't know if you're in here yet.
Yeah,
But yeah.
I'm looking at it right now. We see
Great.
that MTG actually did invade into the enemy team's, or into Books Cool's blue, and Books Cool did go around top river through their own blue to take golems and red to contest that. And I'm gonna just alt tab real quick to fix this, and then we will be good to go. Add media file.
Yeah, so they have really set up, MTG has really set up for a level 1 fight because Morgana's got her Dark Binding, Leona's got her stun to follow that up, and we are definitely going to see some sort of engage probably because the teams are actually on each side of the jungle, on the wrong side of the jungle. Alistar is going to come out here, and I don't know, oh, he's going to get caught by that Dark Binding. They're all following that up beautifully and grabbing first blood for MTG. Nice, well done, well done. And Sinch is going to run away, farting behind him a trail of poison, but is it going to be enough for them to turn around? Morgana is flashing to land that. Ooh, nearly had to flash away from that Dark Binding. Really was a very min-max play there, and Morgana took the shot of flashing to get yet another kill. Didn't manage to, but that was definitely worth it. So who is going to start off with a kill? Maokai is going to start off with 1 kill on MTG, and that was just very, very nice level 1 fighting there.
Yeah, I actually did manage to catch that, luckily. So
good job, sir. Good job.
Yeah, whew. That was a close one. It was like split second, but I got it.
And I think, yeah, Tristana and Alistar are going for the small golems, even though they are a bit late with doing so. But yeah, they might not miss more than 1 minion, and then I guess it will be worth it. They are going to have to hurry now, though. But I think, yeah, that was just such a surprise for Books Are Cool that they were actually guarding that brush, because they were in that brush before, and then they just came around and came from the other side. So they just thought that the jungle was clear, and that's why Alistar moved along so far and was not, you know, prepared for that Dark Binding, which Morgana landed beautifully.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, I wasn't like watching too much because I was trying to get the graphic, but yeah, I agree with 100% of everything you just said.
Awesome. That is just pure win. So yeah, Sinch doing a good job clearing the jungle.
Yeah, Sinch is definitely
I have
strong.
very little experience from him jungling. Do you have you tried him out?
I have not tried him, but Dyrus, who actually kind of made him famous, actually jungle Singed, and did really well with him. I mean, he's a pretty strong jungler. He can definitely, you know, have really good sustain in the jungle, and as well as pretty good ganks with his slow and his fling, or his mega adhesive and fling. So I mean, yeah,
I'm sorry. Do we have a DC in mid, or why is Sion standing there?
Because Morgana is pushing her lane. She pushes it quite quickly.
It does act a bit DC though.
Maybe he is DC'd. I was gonna say that like Sion Morgana is a really hard lane for Sion because Morgana can just stop his stun completely with her black shield.
Yeah.
And we see a pink ward actually going down for MTG in this bush, and Books Are Cool is actually trying to prevent them from taking it away because they have a ward as well in there, and they're trying to hold that spot. And Alistair actually doing a little bit of engage on the MF here, and Tristana trying to follow up. Alistair taking a lot of damage, and if Leona would have landed that E, she in fact would have got that guaranteed kill at Zenith Blade onto Alistair. So Alistair now has to back, and we see some really aggressive wards though at bottom. We see MTG actually has wards in both bushes to kind of hold them off.
That is just what I love about an aggressive support like Leona. If you manage to engage on one of them, as Alistar did there, that was actually quite clean engaged. Leona is just going to put up some, very huge pain back because she does have that crowd control to let MF just deal tons of damage. Maokai is going to move in here, double buffed, going just through the lane. Straight forward here. Is he just gonna go in maybe?
Yeah, it looks like Leona's gonna try to engage her onto them to try to keep them there, and she does miss her Zenith Blade, so that gank will be for none. And what's really cool, I think, is that Maokai actually got his Field Stone right off the bat. Like he got blue, cleared his jungle, went back, bought his Field Stone, so now he's really far ahead in jungle in terms of gold, where he can just kind of stack that up. I wouldn't be too surprised to see another GP5 item come out, or item come out of him as well.
Yeah, that's his first blood kill that actually managed him to get that, and that was yeah, that really does a lot, definitely.
And not to mention the assist, the entire team got an assist for that first blood too, which is like really, really strong. And let's look at CS a little bit because this is where it's really going to kind of help him come back. Is that Nilly's at 29 and Wukong is at 27, so she's done a really good job of shrugging off that initial engage and that first death to kind of keep her CS up a little bit. And we see Alistair actually engaging onto Leona here. He did take that Zenith Blade for Tristana to try to save him, and Tristana jumping on top of Leona, but they do have heal. So they are going to back out, knowing that Books Are Cool actually did get the worst end of that exchange.
And now Maokai is going to move in from the river, and they do not have any coverage vision there, so we are going to see him moving in here, and this is just going to be a very, very painful gank if they manage to land the CC. Flashing in there to get that. Yeah, good job, and this is definitely going to be a secure kill, but nice knockback, getting him
nice
in the
fling.
What a fling! What a combo, and Tristana picking up that kill. That was just beautiful. Morgana is also coming in now to help out bot lane, and we are going to see Leona probably fall down as well. Morgana is now going to go in and ignite Singed for another kill. What a nice action going on bottom there. That combo, man, that was a wombo combo for sure.
Yeah, I wanted to point out that Singed was actually like in position to kind of counter gank if they engaged. And Alistair and Tristana both did not have, well, Tristana doesn't have flash, period. Oh, and Silent here trying to flash in on the MF, but Morgana being really smart there does get that black shield on her to save her from anything that was going to happen. But yeah, Singed was actually in position to kind of counter gank that. Alistair had no flash. Tristana doesn't even have flash. She does have her jump, but, that can only do so much. So Maokai did flash in there, twisted advance onto Alistair and got that, guaranteed kill on him. But Singed, being really smart, got that really nice fling in a tower, and which ended up giving Tristana a red buff. So really good job by Books Are Cool to kind of turn that around.
In the meantime, I believe Nidalee actually lost a little duel top against Wukong because he was on like 1 HP at the turret, recalling when you started talking then, and Wukong is just pushing this minion wave now. He's going to have to go B since he's out of mana. He has Ding level 6, so it's going to be interesting to see what he comes back with. And Singed is actually rocking the Ninja Tabby there.
Yeah.
Is that the Dyrus build, you reckon?
I'm honestly not sure. I honestly don't remember. But, I mean, it is smart on his part, though, because he definitely needs that speed to catch anyone. So he definitely needs those boots to do anything. And we see some action here on middle. We're going to land that binding onto Sion, and Sion getting twisted advanced onto by Maokai. And he is going to go down here. Oh, wow. Yeah, he does go down here to Morgana. And that was a really good job.
Auto attack?
I thought that was actually, it could have been. It didn't look like it, though, because he had a lot of health. And Sinish coming in here as well. Does get twisted advance on as well. Nearly coming in from top to try to help out. And Maokai now is just trying to run away. Hopefully, see, there it is, and they get pieces from Singed. Maokai taking some heavy damage. Morgana's going to get a nice binding onto Nidalee here. And Maokai will be able to get away with some nice coordination there. Really good job. And now Nidalee is set pretty far behind, not being top lane to get that farm. She's going to be levels behind, and as well as CS, she's already down about 60, or sorry, just 6 at the moment. Not too bad.
Not too bad indeed, but yeah, it's such a scary ganking pair. Like that mid lane is just so scary for Sion. Not only does he have to be in melee range to do damage and get the farm from the creeps, but when he is pushed up in the lane, like, my god, that Maokai and Morgana is just so much CC. It's just so scary. And at bottom as well, Leona is just one of those characters, like, if she hits her skill shot, it's gonna be scary no matter what happens. And
Oh
I
yeah.
really like this. We are really seeing some action in all lanes. Wukong is putting some nice hurt on Nidalee on top as well, but she is gonna have to. She is sustaining quite nicely, rocking 2 Doran's blades there, and Wukong actually has his Mandrits there, so a bit ahead I'd say, but it's still go either way
At
there.
bottom lane, I don't know if you noticed, Morgana is actually coming in from behind here with double buffs. She misses her Dark Binding onto Tristana and Alistar. So really good job by them to dodge that, and that gank will be for nothing as well. And one thing I really want to point out is that, you know, Morgana has such an easy kill lane. Sorry, Nili's actually running away from Wukong here, and Sun is coming in to help. And it looks like they might get this kill on the Wukong here. Wow, really good job by Sun to land that stun on the Wukong before he gets stealth away, and Nili does escape that. Really good job by them. Really good job by
Did you
fans.
see that he actually stunned him when he was?
He casted it before he actually got his stealth off, so it like followed the stealth character, the actual Wukong.
Yeah, that was well played. That is what Sion needs.
And like I was saying, that just in mid lane, it's such a guaranteed kill for Morgana if Sion's flash is down, because if Maokai lands that twisted advance and Sion doesn't have any minions around him, then he is going to easily get Dark Binding by her and should be able to go down to like Ignite and an ultimate as well. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm really enjoying the support battle that's happening right now at bottom. We're seeing a lot of pink wards out of Leona, out of meta. He's really doing a really good job taking away a lot of vision from Books Are Cool. And, you know, if you look on the map right now, Books Are Cool really has only 1 ward on the map, and that is, actually, sorry, 2 wards on the map. That's in Top River and in Tribush at top. So they're doing a really good job denying any vision. And as well, like, this pink bush in bottom, Alistar actually flushed in onto MF, and Leona trying to slow or stun Tristana. We see Singe coming in as well with his ultimate. MF getting a really nice ulti onto all 3 of them, and wow, Tristana jumping in and shooting back MF into his own team. And Singe getting a nice fling on Leona as well. They do pick up a really good 2-for-0 exchange.
Well played there.
Yeah, really good job. And I was trying to point out is that there's this pink board here in bottom bush. It really forces Books Are Cool to be really passive, because if they can't see in that bush, then Leona can easily get the nice stun onto, you know, Tristana or Alistar, which will cause a death. But there's a lot of pink wards on the map so far for MTG.
Yeah, and I was surprised. Like earlier, we saw a Morgana gank where Morgana actually moved in as if they had wards, because he was actually using her binding very far out in order to surprise them, and they really didn't have any coverage there, and she could have gone in way more aggressive. But yeah, we're seeing some nice coverage from MTG, and I think Books Are Cool are really going to have to try and get a couple more wards out there, especially trying to get a ward. Sorry?
We're seeing a dragon here actually from MTG. They're doing a nice dragon here.
Oh yeah.
And they do have that pink ward, so they know they have no sight onto it. Looks like they will be able to pick up this free dragon at about the 11:30 or 11:25 mark. And another thing I want to point out is that actually Morgana picked up a pink ward and put it in the entrance to race for purple team. So that really makes it so Maokai can gank really well by coming in through his jungle right there. But as we see, Sion to counter that did put a ward in this bush, so we'll see Maokai coming no matter what from that side of the map. So
yeah, that's a very well-placed ward there.
Yeah, really proactive job by Morgana.
And yeah, it's very even at this point. And again, like we said before, it should be very exciting to see the upcoming team fights, because Books Are Cool. They have potential. It's not like they have a weak setup, but it's a tricky setup in terms of MTG's very easy hit the abilities and win setup.
What's really funny is that they have a map control comp. And the thing is that MTG is taking that away by having all these pink wards down. So they really don't have the map control that their comp is made for. So it's like a really good job by MTG to kind of counter that and prevent them from, you know, using their, or prevent Books Are Cool from using their team comp, you know, to its maximum potential. And we see Sound here actually in the middle running away from Morgana. He does have his boots of mobility, so he does run faster than her. Does a really nice dodge onto that Dark Binding. And Maokai will not be able to catch up to him. Yes, Sound needs to be, we were talking earlier about how it's really scary for him, where he has to be in melee range to do anything. And with those boots of mobility, if he can stay out of combat at the right time, he should be able to escape any ganks from them.
Okay, staying though, and yeah, there comes the ultimate for Morgana. Soul Shakers goes down. Is the second tip? No, he's going to flash away. Well played there. He really couldn't afford being hit by that second effect of the ultimate. And yeah, he must be rocking some movement speed runes or something, because he's very, very fast, isn't he?
Yeah, and we're seeing Maokai is actually coming down, try to get a gank on bottom. And he will run into Singed here, being able to see him. He does get that ward, and Singed popping his ulti to try to catch up to him. Tristana jumping in as well. He does get that nice slow. It looks like Maokai might go down here. Alistair is keeping Leona and MF occupied here while they try to fight off. Leona gets a nice ultimate on Tristana. Tristana shoots back MF. Does not escape from Leona's AoE, or what's her ability? Is it Eclipse ability? So Tristana does go down. That's a really well-played job by Morgana to come down
Yeah,
in a
meanwhile,
quick
top, we
time.
see a little toe-to-toe action going down. Italy's going to jump over that wall, chicken style, and just back out. And that ignite was on her, so that was a smart move. Wukong is a bit stronger 1v1, so sorry for interrupting you there, but they were going at it there. Italy's doing a good job picking up the jungle. I believe that, as you say, it's a map-controlling tactic they have running right now, and she tries her best to actually get some jungle invasion going. But yeah, they started off the teamfight bottom very nicely. Alistar actually popped his ultimate and zoned out Leona and MF completely when Tristana and what's his face, Singed, was actually killing the Maokai. However, Morgana moved in and really turned the tide of that battle. And I don't really know why Sion did not follow.
Yeah.
At the end of the team fight, there were 3 targets that could easily have been bursted down with his abilities. But yeah,
I was just actually going to bring that up. If he would have followed Morgana down in the river, they could have potentially got a couple kills there, and
yeah,
definitely kind of like taken momentum back. As we see, it is 5-5 and perfectly even on gold. Well, not anymore, but it was perfectly even on gold. So even though Books Are Cool was set behind with that first death, they are doing a really good job farming to kind of hold their own. And as we see, just Nidalee, I mean, she did kind of have the disadvantage in the beginning. She is 0-1 at the moment, but she does have 111 CS, so she's been doing a really good job of invading and taking Maokai's jungle to kind of get her advantage up in levels as well as farm. We're seeing Gage here at bottom if you want to take that away.
Yeah, we see Alistar going in with an exhaust on MF. MF popping that bullet time, it does a lot of damage, and that Leona ultimate is going to do a good job following that up. So much CC. Tristana, though, is going to stay healthy and put the exhaust on MF. Flashing in, no, that was Leona flashing back, wasn't it? And I love these kinds of engage. Tristana's not done. Popping that ultimate, my god, that is extremely low on MF, 100 HP. And wow, it really is 2 very strong compositions going against each other here. And they are also quite even. Tristana with 1 kill, but in terms of minions, they only have a couple more. And Tristana haven't bought the items that she probably needs yet. So that's why she's not... Actually, she only has 700 gold. And MF is on 1.3k, yeah. Well, they are definitely very, very potent, both of these setups in bot lane, and that's why we're seeing this kind of fun engagement where both teams are going at it back and forth.
Yeah, Tristana actually might be going for her IE as her first item, and it looks like MF might be going for a Bloodthirster. We'll see what she picks up, though, when she gets the gold for a BF sword. But definitely, both teams are doing a really good job. Maokai picks up an Oracle just now, so it seems like he doesn't even need that too much because there isn't too much warding going on, but still, just that extra vision he's going to be taking away from any wards that Books Are Cool does put down. They currently have a 4 on the map, or 3 on the map. Will just make their comp even that more scary.
Yeah, they do have a pink dragon that Sinch is probably going to go and clear after he gets these raids, but Maokai is going to head there first and clear that out, so that is not going to be possible. And yeah, again, it's going to come down to the next team fight, I reckon. That can really set the game in favor for anyone, because right now it's anyone's game.
And Dragon is coming up, in about 20 seconds, so it really be interesting to see. It looks like both teams actually do have it, or not both teams, sorry, but MTG does have it timed at the moment because they are setting up for it. And Italy is coming down for it as well, so it looks like maybe Books Are Cool does have it timed as well. So we should see a really nice team fight here, though, coming at Dragon, as well as Wukong, who is heading over too.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a team fight. I really love to see these kinds of team fights where most of the characters are around level 10, and I really love these mid-game team fights. We see Sinch here going just the way he should be played, just running in. Oh my god, popping Ghost and his ultimate. Is he going to catch a fling on MF? He is, and that stun is just too much damage. Very nice, bringing the 80 carry down immediately. Morgana's going to flash in with Soul Shackles, but they are all going to scatter nicely, and that damage is not going to make too much of a difference. Sion is going back in there, doing some nice damage, and wow, what a team fight we're seeing. And Italy's jumping back and forth towards war, trying to get enough damage in there. It's going to be interesting to see who's going to take this home. Alistar extremely low there. He's going to actually use his heal. Nidalee actually going to heal him up a bit. Are they going to be able to pick off Leona? I do not believe she was healthy enough to die there. No, she wasn't. And Tristana was trying to go for Wukong. What a nice engage on MF. They're flinging her and stunning her afterwards. Just she was not able to do anything in that team fight, and that was just a beautiful engagement by Books Are Cool. And now they are going to go for Dragon.
Yeah, that was an amazing fight. If MF would have lived through that initial engage, that would have been heavily in favor of MTG. As you saw how strong MTG's comp is in a team fight where Wukong ulted up 4 or 5 of Books Are Cool, as well as, sorry, the Morgana ult following up as well as that, and Leona's ultimate. That was just a really intense fight overall, and Alistair did a really good job of making sure to interrupt as many people as he can with his Pulverize to really, if that engage that they got to really kind of prevent them from doing, or to follow up on that. Sorry, wow, that was a really awkward way of saying that, but yeah.
Yeah, I've got to apologize for my stuttering as well. I get very excited when I see these kinds of games, but this cinch is really taking them by surprise. It feels like when he pops his ultimate and goes, they are just not ready for it. And I mean, I'm feeling for MF here. I probably wouldn't have flashed away either because I would have felt safe because I was close at my turret and they were not all there yet. And as we can see, top Sinch is going to go in and tank this turret with his ultimate yet again. And Wukong is definitely going to go down here. He's going to try and linger it as much as possible using his ultimate. But yeah, that's Sinch for you. 2 beef.
Yeah,
but again, it feels like he's actually taking them all by surprise. They are just not very ready for it, for his skills and how he plays. And that is usually, I feel that was Singed a lot of time when I play against him. I don't really expect what he can do and what he's about to do.
Yeah, I feel like Morgana maybe a black shielded the wrong person on that engage. If she would have actually going on the bottom, after was engaged on that MF and that's pop his ulti, MF popping her ulti or bolt time back at him as well, and double heals going off from both teams. So not much happening, but still a lot of action going on at bottom. But yeah, I feel like Morgana maybe a black shield the wrong target, not realizing MF was Singe's go-to target for this to fling out. Because if she could have black shielded that, she could have prevented MF's death easily and completely changed that team fight.
Yeah.
It seems like
meanwhile, mid Morgana.
Or sorry, go ahead.
Meanwhile, mid, so Morgana actually used her soul shackles trying to get Sion into that turret and trying to get a kill. But now she's going to pick up the blue. Sion, they're playing very well with his movement speed. Definitely.
Yeah, what Books Are Cool we need to do right now is really force a team fight. Knowing Morgana's ultimate is down, knowing that Wukong's ultimate is down, if they can force something here, they'll easily be able to win that team fight. And I would like to see like a Baron or something right now to just really force MTG to kind of come at them because they know that Books Are Cool can beat them in a fight at the moment.
Absolutely, and Morgana's ultimate is really something that can... I mean, they all have very strong AoE ultimates, but Morgana's ultimate is definitely the most... I don't know what to call it, vital one, because it really can do so much and slowing people down. And if you get that second effect even, it's going to be, it's just pain for you.
Yeah. It's really, in my opinion, going to come up to Morgana in this game if she can black shield the right target and get her ultimate down as well. Or, even Wukong really has a strong force in these fights. If he can get a nice knockup on all 5 of them to really shake them up, then he can really pretty much control the team fight by himself. As well as Leona. I mean, each member of this team can really kind of force something to go down, but I really expect Morgana to be the one that really helps, or that one that really forces it because of her black shield is just so vital against a Singed and an Alistair.
Since they do have a single target engaged, like you're saying, oh, we're actually missing kills bottom, and Alistair is chasing after MF here. He's gonna be able to pick up a kill with a nice pulverize. And I don't know what happened there. Did you manage to catch it?
I didn't see what happened to Tristana, but I saw what happened with Alistair, and his boots and mobility really just kind of got that kill onto MF there. But it looks like
Tristana is picking up her Infinity Edge now. She's going to be very strong. And now they are going to try and hunt down that Leona. They know that she's somewhere around there. Are they going to be able to dive? Alistair does have his ultimate up, so he should be able to dive.
But they don't really have the damage to kill her, though. Even, with Singe, just Singe Alistair cannot really kill someone like her who's so tanky 1-on-1 or 2-on-1.
Yeah, definitely.
And Nidalee doing a really good job, 170 CS to Wukong's 151, and Tristana, who has 138 to MF's 117. Really, even so far. And as I was saying earlier, Tristana does pick up that IE, MF does pick up that Bloodthirster, and we see that Maokai's actually trying to pick up a little bit of armor for Tristana because she's really strong with that IE, and having her.
Well, Nidalee actually diving top, and now she's going to have to move out because Wukong blew his ultimate on her, and she is actually going to have to run away now. And it's going to be a chase. No, he's going to turn back for those minions. But this is actually what we saw last game where Hazard was playing Nidalee top. He was doing the exactly same thing, although in this game he is not winning his lane by a substantial amount as he was in the last game, but he's really doing the same thing. He's just pushing and pushing and pushing and using his traps and his Cougar form to just get away whenever they try to get to him. And as you can see, Maokai here is going to... he really wants to get Nidalee for overextended this far. And the exhaust is going to go down on Wukong. Nice bait from Nidalee. Is she going to be able to catch up? Yeah, she flashes to secure that kill quickly.
I
And
see
that
some
is going
action
to
on
be
bottom,
bottom.
sorry.
Yep.
They actually caught Silent going through their jungle to actually go in for a gank here. And luckily they were able to pick it off. Morgana did transfer over as well to help out. And Silent's just really being shut down with all these wards that MTG is putting down. He's unable to roam around and be deadly as he really needs to be in mid game to kind of be a force for worth late game. And we were talking about Nidalee though. Sorry, it's kind of trying to remember what we're talking about.
Wow, look at Morgana now. Very, very bad position. Her spell shield is going to manage her to flash over the wall, and that was a good thing because she was really in a bad position there. Sorry, you were saying.
Oh yeah, we were talking about, actually sorry, now Silent's in a bad position. Morgana does Mr. Dark Binding, and wow, Silent with this DFG and stun really takes you down to half health. And it looks like there's an engage here. Silent trying to do some damage here, and Singe kind of trying to fling someone and tries to run away from her soul shackles. But we see Leona coming in to help pick up the kill on Tristana, and now MF does flash away. Alistair, Singe, and Silent are trying to chase her down. Singe flashing over the wall, but does go down to Ignite. Alistair get a nice knock up onto all four of them. Singe does pick up the kill on MF. Maokai does pick up the kill onto Alistair, and Singe will try to just run away, and I assume he should be able to run away knowing that Wukong does not have any way of slowing him besides that phage. And the whole time this was happening, Nidalee was pushing top. So, yeah, after all of that, back to what I was saying about Nidalee, I mean, yeah, she's not as strong as she was that game before, but what she's still doing is playing a mind game with them. She's constantly pushing top, and the only way to kill her is to force Morgana and Maokai to come from lanes. So it really gives Books Are Cool the ability to, you know, take another tower, push another lane, take a dragon, you know, something like that. And we see actually dragon is up, so we should see both teams heading over there to kind of contest it.
Absolutely. I want to talk a little bit about what MF did in that team fight. She was actually standing at the turret, getting her ultimate on, getting her build time on most of them, getting them to quite low HP, but then she actually moved in and overextended a bit, got exhausted, I think, even. But what she did very well was when she did, she actually, because if you look at the setup, you got Sion, you got Singed, she knew that their cooldowns went down, and she knew as soon as those cooldowns would be up again, she would be dead. And she might as well just stay and put as much damage as possible out there, which she did, and that really managed to, well, it really showed in the end. And now we're going to see some invasion from Books Are Cool, and they are going to try and go for this blue, but they do have vision, I do believe they have, but they're not going to be able to do anything, and Sion is going to pick that up, and that is going to be substantial. As we saw there, he has the Deathfire Grasp, and that is just so much burst. We can see Morgana there going in on half HP in that last team fight, and that's just not a safe dragon right there. And wow, yeah, we're gonna see an engage. Singe popping down his ultimate, now going in, trying to get to MF. MF popping down. Wow, disrupting that ultimate beautifully down, and that is MF down. And Wukong is gonna go in now and whirlwind them all up in the air, but that is not gonna be enough. Morgana now has used her Zonias, and they are gonna be able to burst her down, I reckon. And Sion barely gonna take the last tick of night.
That Tristana. Yeah. That Tristana's ultimate to knock Wukong away. Oh, yeah. That was really well played by Alistair and Tristana. To really disrupt as much as they can to stop them. And that is a GG. Really well played.
Yeah, well played by Books Are Cool. Really well played. I love how ballsy Singe was, and we're just running in there and just going bananas. And yeah, that was beautiful.
That was really well played by both teams, to be honest. Like, just the team fights were so intense. I couldn't even like talk as quick as I wanted to just talk about what was happening. But wow.
I was probably just stuttering the entire way. I hope you guys managed to get something out of it.
I did, don't worry.
Oh, good, good. You're so nice to me. No, but that was really, and I big kudos to the Singe to really, I think he just made them startle a bit because he just ran in there as a Singe should do. But oh, those team fights, man.
Yeah,
I don't know what to pick up most of.
I really want to talk about was Leona needed to focus, in my opinion, more on protecting MF than trying to combo her stuns with the rest of her team. Like, if MF could be reached by Singe or Sion or Alistair, MF would most likely die if she didn't have Flash. So she really needed to just kind of protect her a little bit because she was a huge amount of damage for her team. I mean, you know, once Morgana didn't even have a death cap yet. She had a Zonias, and that was it. So her damage wasn't extremely high. As well as Wukong, who was really set far behind. He was 2-4 with 7.1k gold. He wasn't doing too much damage as well. So what they really needed to do was protect her, and she could pretty much take out the entire team herself. And we just really didn't see that out of Leona, which I think it really would have turned team fights completely around.
Absolutely, and I think that if you mentioned the Black Shield on Morgana,
Hmm.
and it's really an ability that takes a lot to master, knowing what target to put down in team fights, because at the same time you're trying to get your engage going, you have to think a bit defensively. If that Black Shield would have gone on MF before the fling, like prior to the fling of Singed, that would have been another story, because then MF could have kept kiting, and then Sinch would have been in a bad position. Obviously, you shouldn't focus him down, but MF could have done the damage that she needed to do. But I don't think we saw it, especially not in the last team fight. And Tristana was just jumping around, wrecking them all and interrupting Wukong's ultimate and all that type of good stuff.
Yeah, Alistair really stepped it up in those team fights. He really did a good job of controlling who he needed to, and even Sion, he would stick around long enough to bait a lot of the enemy team's damage, thus making it so Nidalee could do a lot of damage and run around as well as Tristana, and he would just pop his shield, and absorb a ridiculous amount of damage, and he did a really good job of just knowing when to get in, when to get out, to really make it so they could win a team fight, because they really were, by composition, outmatched in team fights, in my opinion.
Absolutely. But I think they really got into the position they needed to be in after the first engage around their blue. You remember which one I'm talking about, where they actually went for MF, just went in there, very, very, very focused engagement going on, and they just went for MF, flinged her back, followed that up with a Scion stun, and that really set them a bit ahead. I do believe they managed to grab a dragon before or after that,
Yeah, right
and they were
after
just,
they picked up
yeah,
that dragon.
and that was just a very crucial point of the game, I reckon, because then they were in the position where they actually could be, like Sinch needs to be, he does have his ultimate and it's a strong ultimate, but he needs to be durable enough to go in there and be that boss and face tank the entire team, and he did it very well.
Yeah, wow. Just that was a really exciting match, guys. Not gonna lie. I just love those kind of team fights where everything's going on at once. And I mean, wait, are they playing TGF? Wait,
Wait a minute.
wait. Oh, sorry. TGF's actually. Oh, they are playing a TGF, so perfect. Yeah, so we have a next match. Sorry,
Sweet.
I gotta stop